Cobra Kai never dies, but they sure do come close to it. With the terrifying way Season 5 ended, all of us are left asking questions about how things could be moving forward. Everything is up in the air, but don't worry, because we got you covered. In this video, we're going to look at everything you need to know about Cobra Kai Season 6. So let's get right into it. First up, has Season 6 even been renewed? Season 5 was really a roller coaster of emotions to say the least, and it's left us eagerly waiting for the release of Season 6. But the wait might be longer than we expected. Even though this season was very successful, according to the show's producers, Heald, Hurwitz, and Schlossberg, Cobra Kai hasn't been renewed for a Season 6 yet. All of them seem to have all kinds of plans for the next seasons and how they could change the Karate Kid franchise forever. The delay seems to come from their other projects and the attention they need to give to them. After working on Cobra Kai for so many years, the producers have been wanting to switch up a bit and broaden their portfolio, but they seemed confident that Season 6 would definitely come back at one point, even if there was a bit of a delay. Even though they deserve to take a break and work on other projects for once, it's still a bit of a disappointment for Cobra Kai fans who've been waiting to find out how the show would tie up the loose threads. Finally, when could it be released? It would be weird for Netflix to straight up cancel a series that's been consistently performing so well for them.
He said that the snakes will take us down one by one, right? Like just like he took us down one by one. But what if we weren't a bunch of ones? Like what if we were?
And so they'll probably just postpone the 6th season and nothing more. But how much they will postpone it is the real question here. Well, the previous seasons of the show were all released in a random order, except for seasons 5 and 6, which were released in the last 4 months of the year. If the pattern for the last 2 seasons continues, then we should see the 6th season by October or November 2023. But since the status of renewal is kind of all over the place right now, it's unlikely that the season will be released that soon. So it has to be delayed by at least 6 months, if not more. That puts Season 6 in the summer of 2024, but there's another issue as well. Sony has a new Karate Kid movie that they've been working on for quite some time now, and can you guess when it's due to be released? That's right, the summer of 2024. Even though Cobra Kai and this new Sony Karate Kid aren't connected in any way, Netflix will still want to avoid releasing the show so close to another Karate Kid project so they won't be constantly compared. If that really does happen, then that delays the season even further, putting it in late 2024. By then, everyone will be screaming, crying, and throwing up. So let's hope that doesn't happen, and Season 6 gets released by the summer of 2024. Up next, what could the 6th season be about? Season 5 of Cobra Kai completely flips things upside down, with Terry Silver unable to take over the All Valley, which literally seemed impossible at one point. It finally seems like things are in our favor for once, but knowing how Cobra Kai is, this happiness probably won't last too long. Calling Silver clever would be an understatement. There's no way he doesn't have something up his sleeve, so we should be prepared for anything he could throw at us. But it'll be fun to see Miguel and Robbie's interactions and how they fight together now that they have finally put aside all their differences. Although there isn't much we know about the plot of Season 6 yet, we can always speculate what happens. And that brings us to the second part of the video. Moving on, Cobra Kai fans predict what could happen next. First up, Chozen could be Tori's new sensei.
Nichols, looks like you're gonna have a rematch against LaRusso. You ready?
Yes, Sensei.
Good.
Tori used to be a very loyal Cobra Kai student for the longest time until she found out Silver bribed the referee to make her the winner when she'd actually lost the fight. Even though Tori was the villain, she would never stand for cheating. It's something that's extremely against her morals.
Sam just told us to meet here. At least she's talking to you. I can't even get a response from you.
Tori? What's up?
Hi.
After that, she questioned staying at Cobra Kai for quite some time until she finally left the dojo when she'd had enough of Silver's manipulation. Now that she's been under just about every single sensei on the show, Johnny, Kreese, and Silver, so who would she train under next? Well, Daniel is an option, but considering how hostile her relationship with Sam used to be, it'll probably be too weird for him to make her his student, especially since she and Sam still aren't exactly on good terms, just not as terrible as before. That only leaves Chozen. While he might not have a dojo, he most definitely is a sensei and possibly the best at karate. While it might seem a little random at first, the two actually have a big connection. Both of them used to be villains but got their redemption later on. Plus, when they met in the Cobra Kai dojo when Chozen was acting as a spy, he seemed to notice that Tori's karate style was a little different compared to everyone else's. Chozen could feel the rage and even sadness behind Tori's fists. He was able to help Tori properly redirect that emotion. Tori is already one of Cobra Kai's strongest fighters, but her brief exchange with Chozen showed us us that she could get even stronger with the correct training. Up next, Kreese and Johnny will finally make peace. Kreese and Johnny have always had a terrible relationship, mainly because of how messed up Kreese is. He really took the no mercy thing to a whole new level and used to physically abuse him when Johnny was his student.
We are Miyagi Do.
And we are Eagle Fang.
Their relationship was extremely toxic. In a way, Kreese still thought of Johnny as his son even though he was making him suffer. The show tried to explain that Kreese was actually twisted because of all the trauma he'd been through himself. In the past, Kreese's mother committed suicide, he got bullied his whole life, and faced multiple life-or-death moments during the Vietnam War. What caused Kreese to lose it all was when Betsy died in a car accident while he was in Vietnam. After all this, it's understandable why he's so messed up, but it still doesn't excuse how he treated Johnny. Although Kreese has gotten better over the last couple of decades, the scars of his abuse still stick with Johnny. They've had a rocky relationship for over 30 years now, and fans think it's finally time to let it go. It's clear that Kreese wants to change for the better after he's seen firsthand what Silver's been doing. Fans think that they'll find a way to make peace once and for all in the 6th season, since they already seemed on better terms in the last season, and it would only make sense for the show to end that way too. Moving on, Julia Pierce will make a cameo. Julia Pierce is one of the few main Karate Kid characters that hasn't appeared in Cobra Kai yet. She was the first female student to train with Mr. Miyagi and even had her own movie. Although the movie didn't do as well as Daniel's did, we can't deny that she's still a huge part of the Karate Kid universe. So it's strange that she hasn't even been mentioned yet. But the Cobra Kai showrunners did mention that they had ideas on how they could use Julie Pierce's character for season 6. However, Julie's actress, Hilary Swank, said she hadn't gotten a single call from the producers or anyone yet. Still, if they want her to be a small cameo in the show, they still have a lot of time to call her, especially if the 6th season really will be in late 2024. Finally, Sam and Tori won't become friends. There's a popular theory that's surrounding Tori and Sam and if their relationship will ever get better. In Cobra Kai Season 5, they managed to end almost all of their major rivalries. Cobra Kai Season 5 has sparked a lot of controversy for the way it ended on a good note by effectively resolving all of its major rivalries. Daniel and Johnny had become friends by the time the finale came around. Miguel and Robbie were making fun of each other and could possibly even become step-siblings. Even Tori and Sam were able to put their differences aside for the sake of the greater good, and it really seemed like they'll also become friends by season 6, but fans and the actresses of the two characters aren't convinced. During an interview, Peyton List was asked if Tori and Sam could ever be friends. List said she and Mary Mouser, who plays Sam, agreed that the two characters would never be friends. Oddly enough, despite the fact that other former rivals have resolved their problems and seem comfortable with one another, Cobra Kai refuses to let Sam and Tori get there. There's still a lot of tension in the air when they're together, and they never really talk about their history. That's it for today's video. Are you excited about Cobra Kai Season 6? Make sure to let us know in the comments below. As always, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.